everyone, my name is Divinity and welcome back to the Proverbs series. On today's episode 29 if you don't know, we will be talking about rebuke and peace. Y'all ready? Because I'm ready. Let's get into it. So the first question says, why do parents, pastors, and leaders have to rebuke? Now, if you don't know what the word rebuke means, I will explain that to you, don't worry. It means express sharp disapproval or criticism of someone because of their behavior or actions. Some of the synonyms of rebuke is reprimand, chasten, reprove. So yeah, you've definitely, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe a couple times, you've been rebuked before. Just maybe you didn't use it as that way, but you felt it. You were there. So now let's talk about how this applies to Proverbs 29. Now in the first verse, this is how we start off Proverbs 29. It says, "He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy." So that is one way to kick off a chapter. So right now we already know Solomon is laying it clear. He's like, hey, there's no coming back from this. So of course, a lot of Christians and other people may be wondering, why is that? Like, of course I'm gonna get upset, I got in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble, But there is so much more behind rebukes than just, oh, I'm mad that you did this, so now you're getting in trouble for it. A rebuke is supposed to be a learning lesson for you. When you get rebuked, you're supposed to take this, you're supposed to learn from it, and you're supposed to apply it to the rest of your life. Because rebuke isn't just a one-time thing. Like, let's say, you got in trouble for going out, when your parents told you not to. Of course, you're gonna be like, why are they mad at me? Like, why am I getting in trouble for this? This is not on me. They shouldn't be mad at me. But when you realize that you're gonna be able to apply this for the rest of your life, because there are gonna be other times when people in authority tell you not to do something, and if you directly disobey it, and now you're suffering even harsher consequences than what you would have suffered from your parents. Because of course your parents, they're not gonna be as harsh as a boss or, as so many other people in authority. So if you can learn from your mistakes now and apply it to the rest of your life, you won't have to have so many consequences and get in trouble so many times. So that is one of the reasons why it's so important. And that's, of course, just not in the Christian world. That's in your normal life, You never want to get to the point where every time you're getting rebuked, every time you're getting in trouble, you always got an attitude, you always got to say something back. You want to get to the point where you are easily entreated, where you can just easily take what people are saying and apply that. Because you don't know what God is telling these people. You don't know what God's telling your parents, what he's telling your pastors. Maybe even if, you feel like, dang, I should not have gotten in trouble for that. You don't know what God is trying to tell you through this problem. A lot of things that we go through, even if it doesn't really make sense to us in that moment, if we apply it to the rest of our lives, we'll not just gain something from it right now, but we'll be able to use it forever, because these things are supposed to be learning lessons. It's not just because, oh, they don't like me, or they wanted to see me down. It's because they wanted you to do better and be a better person for it. Okay. Moving on to the next part, the next question, it says, why should you hold your peace? Now, of course, everybody knows what peace means. It's a very common phrase, but do you know what hold your peace means? This means remain silent about something. So let's kind of apply this to Proverbs 29. So Proverbs 29:9 says, if a wise man contended with a foolish man, whether he raged or laughed, there is no rest. So what this is kind of telling us right now is like, okay, you can get into an argument with a foolish person, a person that is constantly just feeding off of your anger, just feeding off the fact that you're upset. You can get in an argument with them all that you want. You can get mad, you can get frustrated, you can go back and forth with them. But whether or not they fight you back or whether or not they just laugh, either way, your spirit is gonna get vexed. Either way, you're not gonna be in a good mood, So it's like, at this point, you might as well just step back and be like, you know what? It's not even worth it. That should be a very common phrase for you when you hold your peace. You should just be like, you know what? It's not even worth it. And in Exodus 14:14, it says, the Lord shall fight for you and he shall hold your peace. Right then and there, I'm holding my peace because it's like the Lord is going to fight for me. That already right there annexes everything fully, because I don't know if you know this. I don't know if y'all know this, but the Lord is a lot stronger than you. What? Yes. So why would you fight a battle that you could or could not win when you know God is going to win all the time? Especially when, you know, this isn't just a learning lesson, because that's going to happen too. Sometimes you're going to lose a couple battles because it's a learning lesson. But in both ways, you got to hold your peace, because we're thinking of the long run. You know, as a Christian, you constantly got to be thinking of the long run. So even though, you know, you're mad right now, like, think about, how can this affect me? You know, I'm going to be mad for the rest of the day, and then I'm not going to be able to talk to anybody, and people are going to come up to me, and I'm going to be rude. It's like, you're supposed to be easily entreated. So you can't just walk around for the rest of the day mad because you couldn't hold your peace. And in Proverbs 29 and 22, it says, a man of wrath stirs up strife, and a man given to anger commits and causes much transgression. So now we're not just talking about, you know, people who stir up drama. Now we're talking about people who are quick to anger, you know. And if you're a peacemaker, if you're supposed to be a peacemaker, you can't be quick to anger. You can't be the first one to pop off, the first one to have something to say. You got to be able to step back and just be like, you know what? I'm better than that. My God I serve is better than that. So I'm not going to feed into this. I hope you've enjoyed today's Proverbs on this Proverbs series. Make sure you tune in to Proverbs 30. And if you haven't watched all the other Proverbs, make sure you do that too. So like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We'll be posting plenty more videos that we know you're going to love. So thank you. Thank you very much. Peace.